Hello, everyone. Welcome to this very special episode from Zer0 to SaaS, where today we're actually launching the MVP of payment.online. So over the past 4 weeks, and I'm saying we because over the past 4 weeks, I've had many guests on the show that helped me build and kind of shape this project. And so also we've built it as an open source project. So very excited to launch it live today. And today I have another very special guest, digital artist, Kelly, the creator of Soulsplush and also the creator of my beloved Mjolnir Thor hammer sticker. So Kelly, thanks so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I'm super excited about this.
Yeah, this should be fun. So maybe let me share my screen. We can see we have this Notion project board here. That is actually public. I can share this on the chat here. And this is just kind of tracking sort of what we're doing. So at the moment, we're working on the MVP, and really the MVP was to allow merchants to connect their Stripe account and give them a payment link as well as a shopping cart for their Stripe products. And so that's what we're launching today. And then also we want to collect feedback. So that's why I'm really excited to have Kelly on the show to actually go through the process as someone who hasn't, done it before and sort of provide feedback on the experience. And if you have feedback yourself, you can tweet at me, or you can jump into this Notion here. So anyone who's got a Notion account can comment, and you can put your feedback in here. But to give you sort of an idea of what this will look like, so I have a test account running here, and this is just my Thor stickers, and I'm selling a Thor sticker here that is fairly affordable. And we have sort of this product page for each product where you can select a price. So you could create different pricing for different currencies if you wanted to. And then the quantity, at the moment, I've just limited it to 10, which is just kind of hard-coded in. So that's definitely something that I need to work on in the future to figure out, how do I configure this? Do I move this to the metadata of the product? We'll figure that out. But then also we have the shopping cart that we've built with Nick de Jesus. And so if we have more than one product, we can then add the products to the shopping cart here. We can pull this out. And so you can see that the Quokka actually only ships to Australia and New Zealand. So we get an error message here, and we can change to Australia, and then we can say checkout. And when we check out, we get to, this is the Stripe hosted checkout page. And you can see that I'm actually pulling sort of the customization details, like the logo and the color scheme. So it sort of looks like a somewhat coherent experience, which is quite nice. Cool. So this is running in test mode here. So the live mode page, if you wanted to follow along and create your own shop, let me post that in the chat. So it's just payment.online. I'm actually pretty happy this domain was fairly cheap. I think it was like $3 Singapore, which was cool. I mean, it doesn't really say payment, but I think PYMT is sort of an official abbreviation of payment. I'm not sure. But it works. And so what we're going to do is, because when you create your Stripe account, you have to provide certain personal information, and we don't want to expose Kelly's information here. So I'm going to do the onboarding here in my staging environment, which is using test mode. And in the background, Kelly is creating her Stripe account with the live mode app. So just to give you an idea kind of what this looks like. So when you click Get Started, we actually go off to the hosted Stripe Connect, Standard Connect onboarding. Let me just, yeah, this is good email. And probably gonna, interesting. So things, traffic lights. Okay, it looks like we want to train Google as well for free. The password is incorrect. Okay, so it looks like I already have an account. So that's the other thing. If you already have an account, let me see. I think I remember I have this like tester account. And I think I remember the okay, palm trees. Let me see. Is that a palm? No, that's a palm tree. Okay. Training the artificial intelligence. Okay, and so now we got two-factor authentication. You're doing payments, so you probably want to have a secure account. So let's see if that is. Oh no, I have an authentication app. Yes, I remember. I changed that from SMS as to not expose my phone number. Where's my app authenticator? Okay, and so. Am I fast enough? Yeah, okay, fast enough. This looks like, so the way this works is it will create a new Stripe account for you. But if you already have a Stripe account, you can use kind of an existing business entity, so to speak, to make the onboarding faster. So let's see, I'm actually not sure what that entity is exactly. And then we just select kind of our industry. I think we're selling stickers, so maybe clothing, or is it print? Maybe we could do printing and publishing. I have thorsticker.store, and then we're selling stickers. Okay. And so I'm in test mode here, so I'm just going to use a test bank account. In live mode, it would ask you for a live bank account, and then maybe I can just use this. Okay, and then we see the overview. Luckily, I put in, this is not my real address. That's the Stripe office address. If you want to send us some mail, feel free. No one's at the office anyway at the moment. Okay, and then we hit done. And once we're done, we get back to Payment Online. And then we have two options. We can manage our products, or we can view our products. If we say view our products, we don't have any products there yet, so it's just an empty store. So what we then would do is go to manage our products. And Kelly, did you manage to create the live mode account in the background?
Yeah, I'm almost done. It's loading now.
Okay. And so then what we're going to do is actually switch over to Kelly's live mode screen to go through the rest of the experience while Kelly finishes this up. So basically what the steps are is once you're connected with your new Stripe account, you would then go to the Stripe dashboard and add a new product listing. So you can add your product and pricing details in the Stripe dashboard. And can we switch over, Kelly?
Yep, I'm in.
Let me see. Cool. Okay, you're successfully connected. Awesome. So if you just go to the manage your product, so in the Stripe dashboard, yeah, I think if you hit any of those links, so they should bring you to your dashboard.
So it took me to the products page.
Correct. And so we now want to add a couple of products.
Okay.
Hopefully that It should be somewhat intuitive.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe you would, if you show you currently have your Etsy store, right? That's your main store.
Yeah. Do you want me to show that first, or?
Yeah, I think that'd be great, and maybe we can also compare it to. I'd love to hear your comparison in terms of like how it compares to Etsy. Like if you would actually use it, instead of Etsy or not, and why, and sort of, just love to hear your feedback. I think your Etsy store is quite popular. That's actually how I found you initially, and I saw the developer avocado sticker.
Yeah, that was one of the first ones that I put out.
Yeah, that's awesome. I actually have it on my laptop. I can't show it, but yeah.
Yeah. So this is my current Etsy store. So this is what my view of it looks like. So I can go in and edit it. But these are all of my items. I have them separated by different categories and so on. But let me go back to creating. So I actually have a special sticker geared up for this since we're going sassy with it. So once that image loads, so it's a little hot sauce bottle and it says sassy.
Nice.
It's like saucy, but sassy. Some people I think pronounce it different ways. Sass versus I guess sauce.
That's awesome. Yeah, like folks at Stripe really love hot sauce. When we were still in the office, there were like tons of bottles of hot sauce we go through, and I can think of a couple of colleagues that I would get the sticker for already.
Yeah.
Or maybe they can buy it themselves.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
We can just send them the link. So.
Hey Kai, thanks for joining in. You got this. Yes. Hopefully it works. We'll see.
So what's this statement descriptor? Would that mean on the person's bill it would show as like a sticker or?
Yeah, so you have kind of default business settings. I think when you went through the onboarding, you sort of put some default statement descriptor settings in there. Mm-hmm. But if you wanted to override the default for a specific product,
okay,
then you could do that here, but it is not required.
Okay.
And then you can add metadata. So that's kind of how you control the shipping at the moment. So if you go back to sort of the payment online page, I've sort of put it into this how it works docs. Yeah, it's step 2. You just scroll over it.
I was getting ahead of you.
Yeah, if you scroll a little more up, there's the text. So there's a shipping countries metadata key that you can provide. You can see it on the GIF now.
Yeah.
Do you say GIF or GIF?
I say GIF. Yeah,
me too. And so you can provide this shipping countries metadata where you can provide a list of countries that you ship to, just like a comma-separated list. Or if you ship to all countries globally, which I think you do for your stickers, you can just put in all. And so maybe if we try that.
Okay.
Did that make sense?
Yeah, no, it did. Let me go. So shipping countries.
I think it has to start with lowercase.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's the challenge with metadata. It has to match exactly.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw a capital. My bad. Okay, so all.
Yep.
Perfect.
Cool.
And then down to pricing?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
And so currently only one-time prices are allowed. So if you click in there and then select one time.
Okay.
And then you just provide your price. So you could offer different currencies if you wanted to. But I think your default currency is US dollar. So let's just stick with that, unless you wanted to offer a different one. But then there's a conversion fee. So let's just stick to US dollar. Okay.
Okay.
And then if you say save product,
Awesome.
So what happens now in the background is that I listen to the webhook, so I can listen to all the product creation events, and I can add the payment links to the metadata there.
Okay.
And so it is a bit of a mouthful because it has the Stripe IDs. But if you just click on the payment link now, okay, let's see, fingers crossed. It now generates the page. Okay. Nice. All right. So it doesn't really look, it still looks like the blue and yellow of payment online. So we probably want to customize that if you on your Etsy page, you have some nicer colors. So the way we can do that is you can customize the branding for Stripe checkout in the Stripe dashboard.
Okay.
So it's also in the instructions on the payment online page. I know I realize I'm kind of talking you through it rather than
that's fine.
letting you discover it. But yeah, so that's kind of the set your branding. And yeah, so that's like the default branding. I think you have a Zer0 icon. Maybe you can pull that from your Etsy store, or if you have it handy. It's like the taco, is it?
Yeah, it's the taco.
But you can't pull it in, right? Is that...
Huh? Oh yeah, let me grab it real quick.
Yeah, maybe if you go, should I go off screen just to not show like your folder stuff?
No,
or it works?
I think I got it. So what's the difference between a logo and an icon?
Yeah, that's actually a very good question. If you hover over the eye next to the logo, I'm actually not sure myself.
Okay.
Does it just say
used for checkout and customer portal branding?
So I think the icon is what used to be what existed for like receipts and invoices first, and then we added the logo. I think you only need one or the other. I think logo is fine, and then you can use the logo instead of icon, so you can just leave that in.
Okay.
Yeah, if you leave that toggled on.
Cool.
And then, do you want your accent color to maybe be something complementary?
See, I kind of want to choose the same color since it looks like that's what the button is.
That's true. Yeah, I think you can do that. Oh, that's going to be a problem for me though. Okay, that's good feedback because I actually use the secondary color, so the accent color for the text, and then I use the primary color for the background. So
cool. So I chose black and then the pink.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a problem with that also. This is really good to know because I don't set the button color. So maybe if you go with something like purple.
Sure.
Sorry, this is very good feedback. I should note this. Let me note this down. Yeah, I think what I need to do is kind of calculate sort of the right accent, like the right color based on like the contrast.
Yeah.
I think that's probably like a calculation I can do to calculate color contrast for button. What is it, like button background and text color? Okay, cool. Okay, and then I think you might have to hit save if you scroll down.
Alrighty, we are saved. So if I go back here and where is it? Here and refresh.
Yeah, give that a try. Okay, so the thing that happens is I'm using Next.js and I'm actually statically building the page, and it's like valid for 60 seconds.
Okay.
So basically every 60 seconds, it should trigger a rebuild when we reload the page. So we might just have to wait. There we are. Okay. Cool. Yeah, you see the problem now with the buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is definitely something I need to iron out, because that doesn't look ideal. So the calculation, I noted that down. Okay, that's great.
Oh.
That's great feedback. Otherwise, how do you feel about the page?
I mean, it looks good. I think I'm excited to see when there's a little more, but actually I'm seeing here that if I go to all projects or all products, yeah, there we go. And then when you click into it, that's the product page. Cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely looks like it's very mobile friendly. I would say that it almost looks like it was designed for mobile first. I don't know if that was a decision or not.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I could imagine on like a 28-inch monitor, which is what I use normally, that it might, I don't know how small that would be in the middle, but I think that's
it might look a little bit lost. Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, and of course the text color and the buttons, yeah, I mean, it looks cool. It does everything you need it to do.
That's good to hear. Yeah, that's great feedback. Yeah, I think if you like right click and say inspect, are you using Chrome?
Yeah, I'm using Chrome.
Yeah, so if you right click and say inspect, you can actually can you right click?
Yeah, I right clicked. It shows up in here. Let me move it. I actually have it.
Oh, you already have the and then I think in the developer tools you can select. You see in the left the mobile. Yeah, I guess you know. So if you just hit that button and then I think select like iPhone, for example, instead of responsive.
Yeah, that looks.
Yeah, so then you can see.
Deliberate.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I need to figure that out. Also with like the grid, when you have a couple more products, sort of the image sizing. Like it works really well if you have an image that is just a square.
Yeah.
But I need to figure out how to like better process the images and stuff. But I think for the MVP sort of, okay, that's good to know.
Yeah,
cool.
for an MVP, it's great.
So if you hit, if you go back to the product page and maybe click buy now, let's see if that works. I think it might just be a little slow. Okay.
Cool.
Nice. So that works. So I think let me see if I can put that. So maybe you create another product.
Okay.
I think maybe do you have the Mjolnir
I can do that.
sticker? Yeah, that'd be awesome. That's my favorite. I mean, selfishly.
I don't know how to spell it off the top of my head, I will say.
Yeah, just say Thor sticker. Yeah, it's a mythical Mjolnir with like an umlaut. Yeah.
Alrighty, and let me grab the image. I don't know if you can see me moving the, where did that go? I'm trying to remember where I picked it. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen for a minute.
Yeah, I can also remove it from.
Cool. Yeah, and then let me find it. I thought I saved it to my desktop, but I could not find it.
Gotcha.
Sorry about that.
No worries. In the meantime, what can I do? I actually wanted to
say I should have it in 2 seconds.
No worries. Maybe I can show my screen in the meantime. So I can maybe show the Stripe dashboard. So we got some stats here. We got 44 new connected accounts, which is a bit of a
I think we lost Thor. Hi.
That's the problem with StreamYard because it runs in a browser, and I had the wrong browser window in focus.
Oh no!
I did a refresh.
That's funny.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I didn't mean to give you a scare there.
See, I can run the show.
Yeah, totally.
Alrighty, I am about to have it in 2 seconds. For some reason, it's saved as like a JPEG.small, whatever that is.
Oh,
so
okay.
It just, I just couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah. So what I wanted to show folks actually was, this is the product page that we have generated. Sassy, nice. And what you can see is we have a couple of connected accounts, but we don't have any volume yet. So I'd love for anyone on the stream to change that and make the first transaction in the history of payment online. I think that'd be awesome if someone on stream would do that, and we'll see if that happens. If you're in Singapore, I'm very happy to buy you a beer in exchange. Yeah, nice.
So if you
should I switch back to you?
Yeah, I think if you refresh the page, you should be able to see both now.
Oh, let's see.
Maybe.
Ooh, adorable hammer. There it is. Yes. That's awesome. Okay.
Yay!
So yeah, if you don't have your Thor sticker, yeah, so you see now that it's kind of, you see that like the size is very dependent on the picture size.
Yeah.
And that is definitely something I need to fix.
Oh, someone bought a sticker.
Oh, did they?
You. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
So
that's very cool. So we got to ship some sassy stickers now.
Yeah, that's totally fine. So did we see the number go down, or hold on, let me see which one they bought. I'm really curious to see what the email notification looks like.
Oh, yeah, actually, I think the problem is we don't want to show their shipping address.
Oh, no.
On stream.
I have my iPad open. That's how I saw the notification.
Gotcha.
My iPad's like my second, it's like my control panel.
Cool. Awesome.
That's cool. Thank you.
Kai, yes, awesome. So Kai is actually in Singapore, so I can buy him a beer. Let's do that, Kai. Thanks a million for the first transaction on payment online.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I think one thing we still need to do, if you go back to the how it works instructions.
Yes.
So we've done the set your branding, but then actually something that's unfortunate is like by default, the email notifications are not enabled.
Okay.
So yeah, so there's kind of two settings that you want to enable, which is one, the customer emails. Setting that is here. So maybe for successful payments and refunds, I think Kai or whoever has bought might actually not have gotten a receipt now.
Okay.
So very sorry about that.
I can go maybe afterward, right?
Yeah, I think you can later go into the dashboard and then send it manually.
Okay.
And then wait, let me remove you from stream because this is the admin settings, and I think it shows your phone number. So I just didn't want to show that on.
I appreciate it. Here, let me
screen.
Go in. Yeah, it shows my information. I appreciate that. Okay, so successful payments. Sure, save. And a bunch of other stuff was already selected for me.
Cool.
So
yeah, so the thing is, because it's sort of, kind of an MVP thing, so there's no really sort of downstream integrations hooked up. So like I don't notify you when a transaction was made. So when you hit that admin setting in Stripe, then Stripe will send you an email. Or if you have the Stripe dashboard iOS app or Android app, then you will get a notification in your app. But otherwise, if you didn't enable that setting, you wouldn't actually know that someone made a purchase and that you had to fulfill it, right? So that's something I also need to figure out, kind of how, maybe, like, how does that work with Etsy? Does Etsy also just send you an email, or is there like tooling?
So it's set automatically to get an email notification. I actually haven't rooted around in their settings at all, because they kind of fulfill all of the things that I need. But essentially, I get an email for every purchase and every message that's sent to me. Those are like the two big ones. The only other one that I could see that would be useful is when items sell out. I usually only find out the next time I go into the portal. And it would be really cool to know that an item sold out, so I could go in and up the quantity if needed, or, make note that I needed more items.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Sort of the inventory management, maybe let's call it that. So in Etsy, would you set like a limited inventory?
Yeah, so it'll ask how many I have to sell, and I'll enter a number. That's actually a question I had about this, is I saw that the default for the products were set at 10, and I went in to look to see if I could edit the quantity, and I didn't see an option for that.
Yeah, that's correct. So at the moment, it doesn't actually, so how many you have in stock to sell. So the way it works with payment online at the moment is that it so it shows any product that is sort of not archived. And it doesn't actually automatically take it down. So I think that is very good feedback, where you want to manage inventory. And I think sort of being able to specify, okay, I have these many units, and I can sleep safely at night knowing that there won't be like a flash sale happening accidentally because one of the Kardashians retweeted it or something. I don't know. That's very good. That's very good feedback. Yeah. So at the moment, the only way you could disable the product listing is to go into the Stripe dashboard and archive the product. Yeah, that's also good. I think I need like an FAQ page, probably. Like quantities, archive, product. Apart from that, sort of any other kind of thing that you're missing? I mean, I guess, the named URLs, like right now it's kind of these cryptic Stripe Stripe URLs, which definitely isn't ideal. The great thing with that is, so this MVP is built without any like database, without any authentication. So it's very sort of MVP, and actually using the Stripe, like the Stripe dashboard as sort of kind of the content management system, or like the product management system. So that was, nice for the MVP, but I think eventually you probably want something where you say like, so Splosh, and then, Sassy, right? Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff I need to figure out. Right now, you just get a generic Next.js 404 page.
Definitely.
There's a lot of stuff I need to figure out for that. So I'll need like data persistence, authentication, and also kind of one of the things I need to figure out is like a disallow list of names, because I wouldn't want someone to like sign up like the Google name or the Stripe name, or like a swear word, so that is kind of a bigger challenge, or like how do I do that? So a lot to figure out still. But anything else sort of that jumps to mind?
say this is very, very, very specific, but I was wondering, on the top left, it says like "so splush," and it's only the first letter is capitalized. Is there any way to have more freedom on capitalization throughout the word?
Yeah, so it actually uses the business name from your Stripe dashboard.
Okay.
So if you go into your business settings, let's see, do I expose anything? I probably expose my address if I go there. So like in the settings, I think there's like this account information.
Okay.
So business settings, your settings, account information.
Okay.
And then I think there's something like business name.
Yeah, account name.
Or account name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you change that, so that's what I use for.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, this is really minor, but I couldn't. Okay, so maybe when it reloads. Oh, yeah, there it is. Awesome. Cool.
Okay, did that work?
Yeah, like I said, that was really minor, but it was just kind of bugging me. Okay, cool. I'm glad that was a quick fix.
Oh, nice. Okay, but yeah, I need to add that. That's a good one. I need to add that to the FAQ. How do I change my business name
or display name? Yeah, the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I change my store display name? Cool. Sounds good. Yeah, I need to fix the grid. I'll put that somewhere. Image, sizes, grid.
Another question I had is, how does Stripe handle variations? So like, for instance, I sell masks, and they come in different sizes, different secures, and on Etsy, I'm able to have customers, select medium and then select elastic. Is that something that Stripe handles on like the back end at all, where there can be variations on products?
Yeah, so there used to be the SKUs, which we got rid of, the stock keeping units.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very good point. So I think the way I would model is probably as different prices, but then the only really thing that you have is like a price description. So you don't really have the variance. Yeah, that's a very good point. I think that's kind of where you get to the limits of, like the Stripe dashboard as your product management system.
Okay.
But that's very good feedback. I can, I should definitely bring that back to feedback, managing SKU variants, like size, maybe color. I never know how to spell color. It's just the British versus American English.
Yeah.
Yeah. Size, color. Yeah, I think that's kind of the variations.
Okay.
That's a good point. Yeah, so I think at the moment you probably would have to add them as separate products.
Okay.
If you wanted to do that with like the payment online, or sort of with Stripe as your product management tool.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. No, that's good feedback. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing where you'll hit the limits of like, Stripe as your like e-commerce backend, so to speak. Yeah. And that's why solutions like Etsy and Shopify and Squarespace and all of that exists.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one thing, so the pricing, so at the moment, I actually haven't implemented the pricing. I just kind of put a pricing page in place to, have the freedom to eventually add pricing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering how you feel about this pricing, and like how that compares to Etsy, and if it, if you feel it's too expensive for what is being offered.
So I think that's pretty on par with Etsy. The Stripe fees, if you were, I think they're 2.9% and then 30 cents per transaction.
Yeah, it depends on your location. So in Singapore, it's actually even more expensive.
Okay.
But then, for example, if you go to Europe, let's say Germany, just because I'm originally from Germany, then like European cards are actually, there's like regulation around it.
Yeah.
Are actually cheaper. But yeah, international cards are kind of the 2.9. And then basically if this were to add 2%, then it's pretty close to like the 5%. That is, Etsy does 5%. Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe they do. I think it ranges anywhere from 5 to 8, depending on how you look at it. So yeah,
Gotcha.
I mean, it's definitely cheaper. I would say that this would be a great option for someone who's first starting out. They can just kind of test the waters with items instead of going through the whole process of setting up an Etsy store or Shopify. It's definitely cheaper than Shopify. But yeah, no, this is a great option for people who are first, getting started or, only have 1 or 2 things to sell. So I'm really excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of, a long way to go with like the named, there's a lot of features that I can add, which I think is very exciting about this project because, it's open source, and like, I'm also kind of envisioning people to, oh, that's the sticker, animated sticker. I'd love for people to basically grab this and, potentially like fork it off as, let's say, to sell fish, where you have like very specific stock keeping units, right? Or to sell, what else can you sell that's very specific? Bowling shoes, I don't know. But yeah, that's like, I'd love for that to happen. And I also want to, like, there's a couple of things that I want to build in as well in terms of functionality. I actually want to do like a QR code based point of sale system.
That'd be cool.
So I don't know if you were familiar with like GrabPay is like a popular payment method here in Southeast Asia, and it is sort of QR code based. So every merchant has like their QR code just at their counter, and then the customer scans the QR code. The customer actually puts in the amount they have to pay, and so it's sort of more like a peer-to-peer payment, But what I was envisioning is that as a merchant, you can basically say, okay, create a QR code for a specific payment.
Yeah.
So you say, okay, I want to collect, 12 Singapore dollars, generate a QR code for me. And then you just, do that on your phone. For example, you show the phone to the customer, and the customer just scans the phone and then basically just gets to, something similar to like this pricing page, which just kind of shows the merchant logo and the transaction to pay. And when they successfully paid, then the merchant gets like a real-time update on their end. So I feel like that's a nice thing where I also can like, use different technologies and kind of the real-time stuff, the authentication. So yeah, I'm quite excited to, just kind of build up on this. This is very much the MVP. I mean, I've worked on this, like a couple hours a week for like the past 4 weeks, right? And so it is very MVP. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do maybe for the time being is actually, where was my pricing page here? Maybe like cut this in half, make this 1%, and then cap it at like 50 cents per payment.
Okay.
I think it would definitely, I actually need to figure out what like my operating cost for the server is. That is kind of my main concern, for that not to explode. But I think kind of the way I've built it with Next.js, it should be fairly manageable with like the static site generation sort of. And so I think I might just cut this in half and then So basically, the maximum fee you would pay on any transaction would be 50 cents.
Yeah.
Which I feel is fair, right? If you
definitely.
Yeah. So like if you sold like a smaller item, so for example, if you sold a $5 sticker, then you would pay 5 cents.
Yeah. Oh, 5 cents. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
just cut it in half.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Overall, I think this is really, really cool. I'm really happy to kind of get indoctrinated to it very early. I always love, seeing the roadmap of things and seeing how products can progress. So this has been a really cool experience. So thanks so much for, letting me try it out and be one of the first sellers on it.
I have to thank you. Thanks so much for joining and being open to like being the first merchant. I mean, I'm hoping it can be something where the kind of open source community will also like help keep it alive. And I'm just excited to see where it goes. It was just a really fun project for me to work on. And so thanks so much for joining. Yeah. And hopefully anyone on the stream, buy some sassy stickers. I know I'll buy a bunch for my coworkers. Actually, I have a coworker called Kelly in Europe, in Dublin, and she just loves hot sauce, and so I'm gonna get her some of those.
Is she a redhead too? I'm going to guess, being in Ireland.
So she's actually American.
Oh.
No, so it's more. I think it's more blonde. I'm actually not sure.
Oh, okay.
I need to pay more attention.
I'm Irish, hence the red hair. And
brilliant.
So I was just like, oh, we were redheaded Kellys.
I love Ireland. I actually do miss Ireland. I've been in Singapore now for pretty much a year exactly. But it's just, Singapore also has rain and clouds. It's just a little more on the warmer side, whereas like Ireland just has the moisture in the air, and you're walking, and the wind. We got the wind burn in Ireland, where it's, if you're out on like a windy day, you don't realize that you're burning, and so call it wind burn. Anyway, Kelly, thanks so much for joining and for all the feedback, and all the stickers. And I love my Mjolnir sticker that you made for me. Yeah, actually, do you want to? Do you still do commissions? Anything you want to sort of plug?
Yeah, I do. I'm open for commissions. I do everything from branding to one-off graphics to stickers. So feel free to reach out to me on Twitter. My handle is there on the screen. So please. And I also, you can find me on Patreon. You can, buy me a coffee at, coffee.co/sosblush. So just feel free and reach out, and I would love to chat with you. So thanks so much.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can really speak, like working with Kelly has been amazing. I'm really happy with the sticker she made for me. And like she does all the printing and fulfillment. I don't know if you do that for anyone, but
no, I do. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
All of the stickers that come from my shop are handmade. So
brilliant. Yeah.
I put a lot of love into them.
So yeah, check it out. Sosblush on Twitter, and then also I think this goes to your Etsy page. Nice, which soon we'll be redirecting to payment online.
But all of this is funding my education right now. So
that's brilliant.
If you don't mind supporting a young American student with a lot of student debt.
Yeah, that's such a shame. But I mean, it's it gives you a creative way to make money, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I'm
awesome.
I'm very grateful. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Kelly, for joining. And thanks anyone who joined the live stream or is watching the recording. Let me know if you have any feedback. You can jump on the Notion doc or find me on Twitter as well. I'm just Thor WebDev. And here you can see just one of Kelly's awesome work. And yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for tuning in. and hopefully see you on some future streams. We got some plans. So see you then. Thanks. Bye-bye.